Ben Jordan with Action. We're gonna talk about something today that is extremely important when it comes to running and manning a successful plumbing business. I put up a few of my notes here. We're gonna talk a little bit about them, but what we're gonna talk about today is how do I market myself as a plumber? One of the biggest things and one of the scariest things for any business owner or anybody in the plumbing trade is how to market themselves, is how can I get more leads, right? So we're gonna talk about some conventional ways that a lot of people, a lot of plumbing companies out there are getting leads and how they're, getting their name out there to customers and how customers are seeing them. And then we're gonna talk about a little bit more of the unconventional ways that I've used in my career that's really set me apart from the competition and allowed me to grow incredibly fast and to establish my brand as one of the largest brands in the plumbing, HVAC, and electrical industry. First of all, we're gonna start off today on how we can get more leads is online. We live in a digital world now. So everybody is going on to their phone, they're going on to their computer, their tablet when they're having an issue. Let's say our customer is having a drain backing up and they don't know what to do about it. What are they gonna do? They're gonna go online, and most of the time they're gonna go to Google. Okay, they're gonna type in my drains backing up and a list of plumbers will pop up there. So having a very strong online presence is extremely important. And when I say strong online presence, you gotta make sure you have a website. You gotta make sure you have an Instagram, okay? We're gonna talk about Instagram and Facebook. You gotta make sure that you're putting out content most of the time, daily, weekly, monthly, so the algorithm within Google is not only seeing you and your contribution to the industry, but it's gonna allow that customer to have you put in front of them when it needs it most. So making sure that your Google online presence is extremely important. Making sure that you have your pay-per-click in way, make sure you have your Google local services working, making sure that your map section, okay? The map section is extremely important. That's the way that customers will see you within their area. When they search, drain clean near me, people within their area are gonna pop up. If you don't have that presence online, you're not gonna pop up, and 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna be able to see you. If you're barely starting out, it's hard to compete with really extremely big plumbing companies because the budget that they have is a lot higher than yours. So that's when we're gonna get into more of the Instagram, the Facebook, right? Instagram and Facebook are a really, really good way to get out there and create a brand, okay? It's not really call to action advertising like Google is, but it's a lot more branding advertising. So you're getting your name out there, you're getting people to see who you are, doing videos, showing customers how you perform work and what sets you apart from the competition is really, really good. Another thing that's really helped me scale my business extremely fast with a lower budget when I first started out was print media. Direct mailers are some of the highest ROI advertising that exists in our industry, but it's also one of the most expensive ways. So having some sort of direct mail campaigns is extremely important. It doesn't matter what your budget is, you're gonna want to make sure that you have some sort of direct mail campaign. Look into your local market and see how coupon books are working. In my area, I've used coupon books forever, for the life of my whole entire business, and they've produced more leads for me than probably any other advertising source because I utilize them so heavily, okay? They're great for branding and they're great for direct action marketing as well. So when your customers are looking for things going on and they've looked through those coupon books, okay? It's just like a housewife or a husband looking for a good deal at a grocery store. What they're gonna do is they're gonna look for that coupon. And most people are couponers in this world, and if they're not, they should be. So the coupon books are really, really good. The mailers, right, those books that they send out that you can get your name in and you can put on special offers, and they're extremely important. Door hangers. Okay, this goes into my next thing. I left this right here on the print, right, because it is a source of print media, but it goes into our in-person advertising. Those door hangers are extremely important because when let's say you go to a job and you took care of this customer and that customer is extremely happy with you, right? One of the first things they're gonna do when they leave that review for you is they're gonna go on their Facebook and they're gonna tell their friends, hey, we had a great experience with Action Plumbing today. They're gonna see it. Their next door neighbor's gonna see it. And when that door hanger is on their door, right? And they have it and it has your coupons on it, it has all your branding on it. Who do you think they're gonna call when they have an issue? Most likely they're gonna call you. But if you don't have that as an asset for you, working in that neighborhood where you just performed a successful repair for this customer of yours, right, to get out to their friends and their family and their neighbors, they just won't call you because you're not getting your name out there. One of the best in-person forms of advertising that we do in my business is door knocking. So when I say door knocking, when we go to a customer's home and we perform service, right? We have what we call a 3 up, 3 down mandatory process. So what my guys are doing when they perform service, right? They're gonna go 3 houses up and 3 houses down on the same street. And they're gonna knock on the door and they're gonna say, hey, I'm with Action Plumbing. I was just barely performing work on your neighbor's home. We did X, Y, and Z, right? They loved us, ask them about it. But hey, we're in the neighborhood. Have you had any issues with anything going on? We would love to be able to come in and perform some free checkups for you if you need it on your plumbing, your HVAC, your electrical. If you need us, we would love to take care of you. We'd love to be that company for you. But if you don't, we would love to be that company for you in the future. And so that is a form of branding that is in person, face to face. You know, they're not looking on a screen and be like, oh yeah, maybe I'll call those guys later. They're like, holy cow, these guys care so much about us. They're gonna take time out of their day and they're gonna knock on my door and they're gonna say, hey, do you have any issues? If you don't have any issues, we would like to be the guys to take care of you in the future. That resonates with people because in this day and age, guys aren't even asking for girls' numbers anymore. We're living in this digital age where they're texting them, where they're asking for their Snapchat or whatever the heck they're doing nowadays, okay? In a door knocking in-person visit, right? These customers like, holy cow, they care so much that they want to take care of us, that they're knocking on our door to leave us with a coupon. And that resonates with people and that helps them out, okay? Number 2, customer referrals. Asking your customer for a referral to their friend, their family member, you know, their cousin, their uncle, whatever it is. Them knowing, hey, it takes guts to ask people for referrals, right? It's like asking a girl for a number, okay? So it takes guts to do that and it shows that you care. So if you're doing that and you're doing it with humility, you're doing it with love, okay? You're not just looking to try to score an extra few bucks with somebody else, but if you're doing it because you actually truly care, it's gonna resonate with people and they're gonna be like, yeah, I do have an uncle and he was telling me about how he had some water heater problems and he didn't know what to do about it. Let's call him up and say, hey, I got your guy. I'm gonna send him over right now to take care of you. One of my all-time favorite, okay? And this, and just so you guys know, in this in-person category right here, this makes up about 40% of my revenue every year. In between door knocking, my customer referrals, and my customer retention, this makes up about 40% of my business every single year. So we do a lot of advertising on Google, we do a lot of advertising on Instagram, Facebook, direct mailers, coupon books, but the majority of my money that we generate every single year comes from this section right here because it is the most important. When I talk about customer retention, what I'm saying is 99% of the companies out there, they're thinking about that customer transactionally. What I mean by that is they're going to the house, they're saying, hey, how much can I charge this customer to perform the work for them? And as soon as I leave, boom, they forget about it. Big time plumbing companies that have been around for a long time, they're not just thinking about that customer for what they can get from them that day, but they're thinking, hey, how can I be in a partnership with this customer for the next 10 to 20 years? How can I be with them not only in the time of need, but in times where I can solve issues before they happen? That customer retention is one of the biggest things for me because I care extremely about my customers. Every customer I go to, I want to make sure that I'm not only solving their problem right now, but I'm solving issues for them in the future. And it's not always the easiest thing to do, but it's the right thing to do. And if you're looking to really grow and scale fast, we're gonna have a whole section on how we do that and how we retain customers and how we're not only taking care of their issue right now, but the issues that could come up in the future that we see because we are the professionals there. And we're gonna run a whole video on that. But guys, when you're marketing yourself as a plumber, you have to go through the steps. You have to list out who your ideal customer is and how you can be different than all the other plumbing companies out there and take care of them, not just today, but long term. So if you guys have more questions, if you guys need answers and there's things that I can help you with, you know, drop me a comment down there, ask me anything. That's what I do. I love helping, I love teaching, and we'll take care of you guys.